I would recommend Sedaghat law because I got approval for my visa. Technically, like whole my life is changed in many ways. I would like back in my country, lot of struggle. So I felt so happy. I was really excited about my life, saying that I could work more and I could do better. My work actually started right from 2011. In the year 2011, I filed my patent. 2011, I filed. 2012, in 2013, I filed my patents. And for some reason, have to go back to my home country. And then I started to work on my research papers and my work reviews. So what happened is one of my friend called me. He said, "Hey, you know what? You have patent. You have research work. Why don't you go for EB-1A visa? It will be easy for you because you already worked in US, you already know what is that." So that's how I started because this is something that someone recommended to me. It's like somebody recommended, "Hey, you know what? You have good knowledge, good experience on research, and you also have done a lot of academic work. Why don't you go through?" So from that day, actually, that triggered me. I said, "Yeah, why not?" From that day, I tried to research myself. Let's see how I'm going to do it, and that's how. At the beginning, I didn't knew all these classifications. I only know the EB2. So I tried to do more research on that, and I was thinking to see because this is also good opportunity for me because it's a self petition, and that's a big thing because if I have to go through employer, the employer has to sponsor me, so that will be a little bit tough because I'm not in US. So if somebody employer has to, so that will be a little bit tough for me. So that's how I thought about it and did some research. So since my friend told me, I went into it. I did my homework, and then I started to do working on EB-1 visa. But at the beginning, I had a hard time, with the attorney. So, I choose one from the Pennsylvania, and the two guys were also from actually the California. And I think there's one more person, so that includes four. You know what? I need a attorney from California. I don't need attorney from anyone from any other state, or probably California or Illinois, some states like that, but not really from the East Coast. Because I already had an attorney. He said, "No, no, you are not qualified for EB-1A visa." That discouraged me. I think I'm too early. I'm not qualified. But then I checked, you know what? I'm not going through the East Coast. I'll go from any attorney from California. So I got to two, three more, I think two more attorney in California. And then I said, okay, let me check. So I had one link. So I was doing my research saying that let's see which good. So I also went to, I think, avo.com, and I said, okay, it looks good. Then when I'm searching, I got that link, eb1.net, and there I posted my resume or curriculum vitae, and from there, I was picked up. So that's how I went through that. So mostly I was I formed an opinion, I'll just go whoever attorney that's in California. I mean, any attorney once I got. So actually, yeah, consultancy was free, and that was a very big thing for me actually at that time. Said, okay, let me first see how they responded. But once I entered the information in the EB1.net, and they came by, one of the person came back and said, you are very well qualified for it, and your achievements and your resume are very looks very good. And then so they said, in our opinion, it's very good, and we think that you will be qualified for EB-1A visa. So that really encouraged me, said, oh, that's good. I mean, at least I think, right, 4 or 5 attorneys. And in that, oh, I got this as a positive response. 4 to 5, I mean, as I contacted, I think more than 4. But this was the most, I could say, the positive response, saying that, you are fully qualified. I was surprised, no one has given me such kind of, feedback. That gave me a cutting edge for me. I said, okay, man, I am confident. I know I'm confident that I'll do it. Probably I have to improve. That is fine. But nobody told me that, you will be qualified. Yeah. I mean, what I mean to say is nobody stepped forward. So that actually made the difference. So that's why I moved to the law firm. I've also seen the video, immigration attorney, that was very comprehensive for me, that saying that, for immigration, they are doing good. So I found it that very compelling, that, okay, I think this looks good, because I didn't find any other comprehensive explanation so that I could, proceed with the that was one of the reason. And also the positive response actually hit me, because there are so many attorneys, but nobody stepped forward for me on the website itself, that showed how they are doing their job, and that really impressed me. Actually, I would say it was pretty good. So I filed for I-140, right? I have to sign the documents. I have read all the retainer documents. The team was very good response. They actually said already that, it will take some time, because we are working on your case, so it will take at least for 24 hours or less, and after you send a response. And the morning times, they'll be not be available, because they're working on the case. I mean, that information was already given. So, I mean, there is no question. So, overall, I'm satisfied with. So, by the way, actually, the person who filed for me, he called me on the phone saying that, congratulations, and said, I was at that time, I was happy, and I was like, hard part of my life. I'd like to think hard part of my life is over, but I still have to wait. So I was really excited after the call. Really, attorneys has also have to work, because he also said that they were following up with USCIS. It's not easy. They don't accept calls. They don't accept emails, and the whole day goes for USCIS. So I understand that part. Technically, like, whole my life is changed in many ways. Actually, in many ways. Like, I would like back in my country, it's a lot of struggle. So I felt so happy. I felt so happy, and like, I could do better. Now I can contribute more time on my research. I could do more work. Probably, it might take some few months or something, but I was really excited about my life, saying that I could work more. The amount of time what I contribute back in my country, here with the same amount of time, what I could do will be like, but will be much more efficient. It has changed in many ways, actually. So as far as time is concerned, like, I'm really happy that I could take more time now, contribute time to so many things, not just research, to my work, to my personal life, to my professional life, and etc. Right? I am getting so many calls, because I have reviewed, because my I-140 got approved, and I have put the review. And based on the review, right now I have got like 5 to 6 people for getting calls. Hey, you know what? I want to also fight for EB-1. I also so NIW. So they say, like, their attorney has said this, their attorney has said that. I mean, yeah, I mean, that is all fine, but how confident you are, like, so that I mean, the way when I talk to the people, the sense what I get, like, is like not complete information. So that's the reason, right? So I said, hey, you know what, why don't you check with our law firm. I mean, the consultancy is free. There's nothing to lose. And if you don't like, of course, it is your choice, and there's no harm, because you can check with them, and you can give it a shot. And if you don't like, of course, you can go back, however you feel like, in different attorney. So that's the thing, right? So that's the reason, whenever I talk to the other people, I find like I made the right decision. I'm not sure about others. So also, one thing that we also have to know, we have to do our homework too, right? I mean, we have to know, like, are we proceeding like in the right direction? Do we really, working on what we want? What is the confidence level? So once we get all those things, and we have all the evidence whatever we are looking for, so that homework, if we do that homework and do it, I think that would give us a better result at the end of the day. So if that is complete, Sedaghat law firm will do much good job than anyone else, and I'm really confident on that one. So I just wanted to let you know. So I'm not a PhD yet. I mean, not sure if I have to pursue that, but I've done my masters in electrical engineering, and my bachelor's back in home country. I've done my bachelor's in electronics and communication engineering, and then before that I have done diploma in electronics and instrumentation engineering. So that is my education background. And coming to my work, so I am actually at this time, like, I'm working as an IT, more of a like as an administrator. I also do my research, like physics and my science research. I just keep aside this as a non-funded, volunteer, and I do all this in a spare time, and I do full time as a IT. I'm an IT guy, and do software testing, development, administration, etc. I was more happy or excited once I got my visa. So that is my, because I was actually on the pins. Even though my I-140 was approved, I was like, okay, yeah, that's good, but now I have another interview. I have to, and now I have to work on that. And then once I finished my interview from the consulate, and then I waited because it took some time, because mine was a little bit, um, because the visas were over when I went. They have to wait for the visas to come in. So once I got approval for my visa, and that time I was really, very happy. And I was like, okay, now I think, this it's time to celebrate now. So, and also I would recommend, Shadagad law, because yeah, the reason why, because we have to do our homework, right? We have to do our homework. It's not just, we cannot put everything on one person. Hey, this guy doesn't do this guy. We have to do our homework, make sure we are confident on this. We are working on what, let's say you want to file for EB-1A, you want to file for NIW, you know. So you have to gather all that information. You have to gather all the documents. You have to gather all the evidence. Only then that will be more, your results will be much more better in that case. And of course, I would definitely recommend Sedaghat law, because I've seen the result. I am one of the examples, but there are many other examples. Like, I have seen on the website how many I-140 was approved, and I was impressed. And not just only that, and I've seen the video how Shawn works. That really impressed me. Recommend, before even listening to me, I would recommend to see, people would see that video, and should get educated and see how things work.